Hello students. So in the previous class when we were talking about that of the stars in the solar system, we discussed about the different types of a constellation. During the constellation we studied about the Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, how these two, the Ursa Major and that of the Ursa Minor, help in finding that of the pole star. Also, we discussed that about the Orion, which is the third kind of a constellation that which looks like a hunter, a big hunter, okay, which is having the three stars in the middle, which seems to be the belt of the dress of the hunter, while the other will be like that of the sword of the hunter, okay. Orion, with the help of the three middle stars, three bright stars which is present at the middle of the Orion, help in finding that of the brightest star that we know is Sirius. Okay. So when you extend the line of the three middle stars of the Orion in the east axis, you will find a brightest star in the sky, and that is Sirius. Later on, we also discuss about the another kind of a constellation, student, and that is Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, which is having the 5 bright stars, and these 5 bright stars, they arrange themselves in a distorted W or N. Okay, that is Cassiopeia. Now you see, we have discussed all the different kind of the constellation, and then we started with the solar system. What is solar system, student? We are the solar system term is very well known for us because we have studied a lot in the geography about the solar system, that it is which consisting of the sun, which consisting of the planet. So is it so that it only consisting of the sun and the planet? No. It also consisting of the asteroid, is consisting of meteors, gases are there, dust particles are there, student stars are there. So a lot of the things are present in the moon, which revolves around that of the planet, different planets. Okay, so all these, they constitute together to form the solar system. So solar system, it includes moon, it includes planets, it includes meteors, it includes asteroids, it includes gases, it includes dust particles. So you see, all these, whether it is a meteors or asteroid or planet is there, moon is there, they used to revolve around the solar system in their own orbit as well as on its own axis. And together, the most important term in the solar system is the sun. Okay, so all of them, they used to revolve around the sun, and finally they form a system. That system is known as a solar system. You can understand by the term only that is solar, it means sun. So a system which revolves or which is around that of the sun, that is the solar system. Now solar system include all these things, students. So let us discuss the main one, or let us discuss all these things one by one, but we will start with the main component of the solar system, and that is sun. What is sun, students? So you can understand that sun is the most prominent component of the solar system. Basically, whenever you make the solar system, you always make the sun at the middle, at the center of the solar system. Okay, so it is the most prominent one, and it is present at the center of the solar system. Now, if you see that what is the thing which is present in the sun, you know that the solar energy is very important for us. The sun energy is the main source of energy for all the planet, for all the living organisms, right? Although we are not knowing that the living organism lives in a different planet, but if we talk about the earth, absolutely the main source of energy for us, that is the sunlight. So this sunlight is not only the main source of energy for our own planet, but for the whole solar system. Now you see that how this energy is formed, students. It is formed. This sun, actually it is the large volume of the sun is basically consisting of a hydrogen gases. These hydrogen gases, due to the nuclear reaction, it get converted into the helium. Okay, so continuously conversion of the hydrogen to helium is going on due to the nuclear reaction. And thus, this nuclear reaction produces this conversion of the hydrogen to helium also releases a enormous amount of energy and heat. And this heat and energy is sufficient, or this heat and energy is the main energy for all the different planets or all the parts of the solar system. So we can write it, that is, sun is the most prominent member of the solar system. So sun is the most prominent member of the solar system, or we can say it is the main source of energy for us. And if you see in the solar system, so basically it lies at the center of the solar system. Okay, so it lies at the center of the solar system. Now, not only this, students, basically the large volume of the sun is made up of hydrogen gases. Okay, so sun is basically made up of hydrogen gases, but here nuclear reaction is going on inside the sun. This hydrogen gets converted to helium continuously due to the nuclear reaction. Okay, so these hydrogen gases, it get converted into the helium due to the nuclear reaction, and because of this nuclear reaction there is a release of an enormous amount of energy. Enormous amount of energy. This heat and energy, enormous amount of energy is there, students, and this heat and energy is the main energy for all the solar system. Okay, so this is the main energy for all the solar system. Now if we talk about the mass of the sun, students, so sun, it accounts about the 99% of the total mass of the solar system. So you can understand that its diameter is 14 into 10 the power 5 kilometer, which is about 109 times to the diameter of the earth. So we can write it that it accounts of the mass of the solar system. Okay, so it accounts total 99% of the mass of the solar system, and it has a diameter of about 14 into 10 the power 5 kilometer, which is 109 times greater than that of the diameter of Earth. So you can imagine that how much big it is, that it composes about total 99% of the mass of the solar system, and it is 109 times greater than that of the total diameter of the Earth, students. If we talk about the sun, students, so it was believed that sun it formed 5 billion years ago, and it will continue to release its energy to the next 5 billion years. And the heat, which is basically provided by that of the sunlight, it is very important for the sustainable development of all the living organism which is living on the earth. So basically, the sun, it is formed. The sun is formed 5 billion years ago, and it will continuously release its energy to the next 5 billion years ago. 5 billion years only, sorry, 5 billion years. Now, the heat which is given by the sun is the suitable temperature for the heat which is given by the sun on earth is suitable for the sustenance of living organisms. Okay, so it is important for the sustenance of the living organism. If we talk about the sunlight, students, so sunlight, it reaches to the earth. Almost it will take 8 minutes 20 seconds to reach on the earth. So the time taken for the sun to reach to earth, the time taken by sunlight to reach to earth is 8 minutes 20 seconds. 8 minutes 20 seconds is needed, is the time taken by that of the 8 minutes 20 seconds. Okay, it is the time of the sunlight to reach to that of the earth. This is what this is about the sun, student. Sun, the most prominent part of the solar system, present at the center of the solar system. Its energy, basically it is formed, large volume of it is formed of a hydrogen gas, and this hydrogen gas, they are converting into the helium gas due to the nuclear reaction. It means the nuclear reaction is continuously going on in the sun, and due to which the hydrogen gas releasing is converting into the helium. Now if we talk about the sunlight, students, so this sun, basically you can understand the energy which is released due to the nuclear reaction. This is sufficient for this heat and energy is sufficient for all the solar system. If we talk about the sun, students, so you can understand that the formation of the sun is about it occurs. It seems that it occurs 5 billion years ago, and it will keeps on releasing its energy to the next 5 billion years. If we talk about the mass of the sun, so it will constitute about 99% of the total mass of the solar system. So what is its diameter? It is about 14 into 10 the power 5 kilometer, which is 109 times greater than the diameter of the earth. So you can imagine that how big it is. Now not only this, students, the heat which is given by that of the sun on the earth, it is really very important for the survival of the living organism. And the sunlight which reaches to the earth, it takes about 8 minutes 20 seconds to reach. So you know that for all the living organism, the main source of energy is that of the sunlight. Okay, so we get energy from that of the sunlight only. Now this is the sunlight. Now what are the things which is present in the solar system? The next one. So you know that in the lower classes also, when we were studying, we were knowing the solar system is the sun and the different planets. So let us discuss the different planets which is a part of that of the solar system. Okay. Now we will move to the next one, student, and that is planet. Planets. If we talk about the planets, students, so planets are also the large celestial body which revolve around the sun in an elliptical path. Okay, through an orbit in an elliptical path. Okay, so it used to revolve around the sun through an orbit. Okay, in an elliptical path. Now, how the term planet came, students? So this the term planet, basically it comes from a Greek word, and that is planisthai. What is the meaning of a planisthai? It means wanderers. So we can write about the planets, that is, planets are the large celestial bodies. Again, this is also a celestial body because it is present in the sky. So large celestial body which revolves around the sun in an orbit orbit around in an orbit around the sun in a closed elliptical orbit, or in an orbit we can write, or we can say that in a closed elliptical path. Okay, so planets, they are the large celestial bodies which revolve around the sun in an orbit or in a closed elliptical path. Now, how this word came, students? So this word, the term planet, it came from a Greek word planesthai. Okay, what is the meaning of the planesthai, student? It means wanderer. Okay, so you see, planets, they are the large celestial body which revolve around the sun in an elliptical orbit, or in a closed elliptical path, we can say. And basically these planets, the term planet came from the Greek word, that is the planesthai, which means wanderer. Now, if we talk about the other thing about the planets, students, so although these planets revolve around the sun, but the formation of the planet, it seems that it is formed at the same time when the sun formed. So basically it is believed that after the formation of the sun, the hot gases which is left over, it just gets solidified and get converted into rock particles. Okay, now these rock particles, they collide with the other rock particles, and due to which they break down, they break into pieces, and again these pieces, they collide and come together, and finally due to this collision, this breaking of the pieces and again combining, they help in the formation of the planets. So we can say that planets are basically formed due to the hot gases which is left over by that of the sun. Okay, so we can discuss about the formation of the planets. So planets are formed at the same time when the sun formed. Now basically the hot gases after the formation of sun, the hot gases left over gets solidified and forms rock particles. These rock particles, due to collision, pieces get broken into pieces. Finally, repeatedly combine with the pieces and form the planet. Rock particle, they collide with each other. And then combine repeatedly forms planet. So you can understand by this, students, the formation of the planet is due to the formation of the sun. The leftover gases, they solidify, forms the rock particles, and they forms the planet. Now this is about the formation of the planet. What about the position of the planet? So basically you can see the planets, they are having some specific position in the solar system, and they used to revolve around the sun. They are at their own orbit, they are present at their own position due to the gravitational pull on the sun, due to the gravitational pull of the sun. Now basically there are 8 planets and they are arranged in the solar system in their increasing distance from the sun. So you can see, students, the planets have a specific position. Planets have specific positions. They remains at their position due to the gravitational pull. Okay, so they remain at their position due to the gravitational pull of the sun. Now, not only this, there are 8 planets are there, students, and these 8 planets, they arrange themselves in their increasing distance. They are Mercury, then Venus is there, then Earth is there, then Mars is there, then Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So these are the 8 planets which is present in our solar system, which arrange themselves at their specific position, and they revolve around an orbit. Now the path which is followed by the planet, they revolve or they rotate around its axis, that is known as orbit. And the time taken, the first thing that we have to understand is the revolution. What is revolution, students? When the planets, they revolve around the sun, when they move around the sun, that is known as revolution. Although they are moving around its own orbit. Okay, and the time taken by the planet to revolve around the sun to complete one revolution, that is the period of revolution. Now not only this, the planet, they also rotate, they also move around its own axis, and that is known as rotation. Now to complete the one rotation, the time taken by the planet to complete a rotation, that is known as a period of rotation. So one is period of revolution, the another is period of revolution. Okay, and both of them is done by the planet in their own orbit. Now if you discuss about it, students, that each planet, they used to revolve around the sun, they used to move around the sun in a definite path, and that is known as orbit. So we'll try to understand about orbit. What is orbit? The definite path of the planet moving around the sun. That is known as the orbit. Now, period of revolution, student. Period of revolution. What happened in the period of revolution? The time taken by the planet to complete one revolution, that is called the period of revolution. Likewise, student, there is a period of rotation also. So I told you that the planets, they used to rotate also around its own axis, and that is known as the period of rotation. So we can write it, the time taken by the planet to complete one rotation. That is known as a period of rotation. So one is period of revolution, one is period of rotation. Okay. Now not only this, student, if we talk about the planets are also divided into two. One is inner planet, other one is the outer planet. Inner planets are the planets which are present nearer to the Earth, nearer to the Sun. Like that of Mercury is there, Venus is there, Earth is there, and Mars is there. These are the inner planet. Basically, inner planet is made up of rock particles. They are solid rock particles. If we talk about the outer planets, so they are the huge planets made up of gases. It does not consisting of any kind of rock particles, which includes Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, so planets are also divided into two, that is inner and outer planet. Okay.